it's not disconnected, because there is circumcision of the language, circumcision of the heart, and circumcision of the sexual organ, which is called ma'or. Okay. So when we get to the point of really asking what it means to open one heart, we speak about circumcision, actually. We speak about the fact that we have to take the part that does not allow us to be vulnerable. If you open to something, you open yourself to vulnerability. It means that unless you allow the nature of the other, like Jacob allowed the nature of Esav to be, one can say, he discovered a part of Esav in him, so he became vulnerable to Esav. When he became vulnerable to Esav, he can meet him. He can see more than that. He's saying to him, I saw the face of God in you. In what? In the thing that he feared the most and hated the most. So opening is meaning to be able to be vulnerable in order to see that it is part of you. Everything that you despise, everything that you hate with a venom, everything that it's so embedded in you. And now when you understand that you are vulnerable to it and it's part of you, you are actually able to see differently, or to see really the God face in another. So it's a huge work. And Chavruta is basically to bring people together to study something, so the friction between them will actually, in a way, push them to the corner of enable them to be vulnerable to the other. How do you make another vulnerable to you? Is by overflooding him with, one can say, with attitude, so you make holes in him. You mean you fracture the impenetrability of the way he defends himself from you. Look at what Jacob is doing. We have to pray for them, we have to send them gifts, and we have to have an inner battle in order to truly understand what part of God they represent for us. So it's two ways. So it's a huge issue. Yeah, this is the way to go about it. This is why we learn it from the fear, from the preparation, from the battle, from sending gifts, from praying, and from this portion of Torah, we learn the meaning of praying for many. It means that if Jacob will pray only for himself and not for Esav, this prayer is not considered to be prayer. So getting trained in praying for others is another way to circumcise our heart. It's the circumcision is taking out the part that does not allow us to deal with the godly part of another. Okay.